Rusty's Crypto Cave here. This is going to be a little bit different type of video. August of 2018 is when I started mining, and so August of 23 marked my 5-year anniversary, so I thought it would be a good idea to just take a little walk back in time. I went through my phone, gathered up all the pictures and stuff that I had on there, just to kind of see where I started, how I grew, and where I am currently at right now, which you all know is the shed. So I'm going to start just by even kind of going through playing the slideshow, and to celebrate the 5-year anniversary, I am going to be giving away 500 Kaspa. You do have to stay tuned, and the instructions will be at the end of the video. So just the only hint I could give you is pay attention, and there should be some hints along the way. Some people may figure it out, some people may not. Some people may have to wait to the end to see how to win, but we'll get to that. So let's get started. This first picture, this is the very first mining rig that I have ever built. I bought one 3080 RX 580, I should say, to start out with. It's an Asus Dual 4GB. Then I added 2 more, and that's what you can see. I have 3 set in there, and then I eventually added 3 more to this rig as well. But you can see that it just started out with 1, then went to 3, mining Ethereum from the get-go. Next picture. This is from September of 18, and it's my power meter. So as I had some rigs going, you can kind of see the old school power meters would just turn. You usually never see it on things moving under normal scenarios. Next photo. This is when I was using an awesome miner. This one's from October of 18. And you can see I was using NiceHash, Mining Pool Hub, mining Ethereum Classic, and Monero, because Monero was GPU mineable at that point. And I believe I probably had 6 or 10 RX 580s by this point. And then, see the next slide. I think it's just a picture of a Monero wallet, just to pay out for whatever random reason. It's a goofy picture I have on my phone. November of 2018. Look at these prices. Ethereum Classic 489, Monero 59 bucks, Ethereum 117 bucks. Came a long way. And then this one is from January of 19. This is when I moved my rigs into my basement. As you can see in the middle of the picture, I have a 30 amp 240 outlet installed here. This is actually the first rig. You see the 3 RX 580s, 3 Sapphire Nitros. This is also 6 RX 580s. And I believe on this one, I think I had 10 cards crammed in that 8 GPU Veta frame. You can see 3 Veta frames all mining on Windows. Keyboard and mice set up for all of them. That was actually an old TV I used for a monitor. So it's pretty kind of, I don't know, goofy setup, but it worked. And that's what I started out with. So let's see, next slide. This is later in 2019, January, as I started accumulating 1070s. I bought a bunch of 1070s. I think I ended up buying a total of 18 of them off eBay, used anywhere from 200 to 240 bucks in that price range. And then I built a 12-card GPU rig of 1070s. I know I mined Ethereum, Blocks, Firo, Beam, all kinds of stuff. Because actually, January of 19, I think, is when Beam and Grin were coming out and getting big, or very popular. Next couple of pictures I'll kind of shoot through quick. These are just pictures of serial numbers of the RX 580s that I had. There's a handful of them. I'm not sure what that was for, but whatever. And that's the very first iteration of my box wall. You can see RX 580 duals, Sapphire Nitros. Also, I must have started accumulating my 2070s as well. It looks like I have 3 of them here at this point, and this one is from, I'm referencing back to my phone with the dates because it has the timestamps. January 30th of 2019 was when that picture was taken. This one is a 6x 1070 rig, gigabytes 1070s. I bought all these off eBay as well from the same seller, so they're all matching cards and stuff. This rig actually plopped on a table in my upstairs. See, it's kind of dirty there, but don't worry about that. But that was just heating. That was basically heating the first floor of the house. And then this is when I was mining Grin on Luxor Pool. Because that was a thing at one point. This one's from February of 2019. And then this is when March of 19 is when I decided to start building the room in my basement. You can see the basic framework is laid out. Still just a single 30 amp plug. Just give it a shot of here's another PDU here. I had a massive, huge PDU. I don't remember when I bought that, but that's one of the ones that's currently in the shed right now. Let's see, next picture is March 18th. Get some more of the framework done, some more shelving units, get a little more organized. You see this is the window. This is the window I end up using for my intake, and the window back here is what I end up using for exhaust. And then next slide, pretty much the same. And here's a screenshot from mining Kryptonite R when you could still GPU mine Monero. This is when I have it not completely closed off because that looks like it's still no plywood on the outside there. And I did originally put like a regular pre-hung door in for the entry and exit of the room. I did end up switching that out, but here is that one is, I think that might be the gigabyte cards. Yeah, that's the gigabyte cards there. These are the 580s. That may be my 2070s. There might be 580s there, but those are 1070s there as well. These are all 1070s and some Sapphire and Asus stools. Don't remember what these are, but we're up there. EVGA and gigabytes, 1660s. I don't know. It might be my gigabyte 1660 Ti's. They look kind of big for them, but it could be because they were on the larger side for a 1660 Ti. There's another random picture of stuff. An exhaust fan, inline fan just going out, sucking air out. There's the monitors. This was pulling air in. I had it kind of piped to actually it was an old dryer vent, so I guess the previous owners of my house had it moved the dryer and moved the vent. So I used that to bring in air from outside. Didn't really work that well because that was a cheap low-speed fan from Lowe's. And a screenshot of mining pool hub on a 10-card RX 580 rig. You can see a mix between 8 and 4 gig cards. And this, I guess, is when these settings were either in Phoenix Miner or Claymore. I don't remember which one this is. But either one of those two miners. There was, I guess, different like presets for timings and stuff that you could change. And apparently something wasn't working there. And then this is a screenshot for this Gigabyte 1660 Ti's. This was mining, was Zcoin at the time, but now is now known as Firo. And then next screenshot's going to be of CoinStats, Ethereum wallet, June of 19. I had 4 of them at that point at a price of $269. There's going to be some random screenshots throughout here. Beam, when that first came out, look what that was, $2.30. I had 2,500. So that was, man, I wish I would have sold that. Held that one all the way down. And actually, I'm sitting on twice as much as that at what, 2-3 cents, whatever it is now. Whoops. Another screenshot, 56. Monero, my Monero wallet. There's a bigger, the network switch to PDU, which don't have it hooked up to the network at that time. Actually, I still don't, to be honest with you. My Zcoin wallet in Zelcore, I believe this is. I think that's what a screenshot from there. And here's Zelcash. I was mining Zelcash back in 2019. And I believe it was on 2 miners at the time is where I was mining at. Oh, my RGB in the rig was flickering at me, but sorry about that. But yeah, with Zelcash, I started mining that a while ago when it was Zel. Mined about 3,000 of them and just sat on it. And then when the switch over to Flux happened, that's when everything kind of pumped. and that's when I hit its high of, I guess it was early 21, and hit about $3, $4, somewhere around there. This is one of my original Ethereum addresses. Looks like I had 9 ETH at that time. This was January of 2020. And then 18 Monero, more Zcoin. Another screenshot. This was from. This was also January of 2020. I'd had Bitcoin before that, because I've actually been buying Bitcoin for a while. I think this is when I maybe first started setting up coin stats, or shortly after I started setting it up. But I'm not sure why that's on there, but who knows. And then another screenshot of ETH. I did tally up over the years. I did mine 56 or 57 Ethereum over the years between all my rigs and stuff like that. I still don't currently hold all that. Because there for the longest time, I bet it was sometime in 2019, I just set up a couple of rigs specifically just to mine the Coinbase Pro, and as soon as I got to like 0.1 Ethereum, I just sold it right away, and it didn't matter what the price was. I just mined it, sold it, mined it, sold it, mined it, sold it, mined it, sold it, so on. And then I also had a couple of rigs set up mining nice hash, auto converting to Bitcoin, and then a couple of them just on Ethermine, just mining straight Ethereum right to my Ethereum wallet. But here's another shot. I think this is probably Sapphire Pulses, because I think in late 19, I think is when I bought 5700 XTs, and I was cycling out all my RX 580s and stuff at the time too, because I did gradually sell them between 19, 20, 21, somewhere in there. But I did mine on the RX 580s for a good 2-3 years, and ended up selling them for $200, $300, $400 in the bull run, which was nice. And I did the same thing with my 1070s. I bought them in 19, anywhere from $200 to $250, rough in that range, and then sold most of them for $300 to $400 on the eBay as used ones. So figure eBay takes probably 10-12% at the time. It's probably up to 15 now, but at that time it was probably in the 10-12% range. So still made out well. Mined a bunch of crypto with them. That really wasn't my game plan. That was actually just kind of by dumb luck. So, a couple of different screenshots of my Ethereum wallet. Oh, here's me screenshotting Panda's video to get some overclock settings, probably for my 5700s. And next one, this one, I got everything in here. Approaching to be a whole coiner here. 10 Ethereum, some Neo. Actually, I still have Neo that I bought. Poof. I couldn't even tell when I bought that. I bet you 2018, maybe I bought some Neo on Binance, and I just kind of held it and just kind of collecting the gas, because it's like proof of stake almost kind of deal. And you collect gas fees every so often. And then there's just more screenshots of this. Just probably as the value was going up. And then there's a 1070 rig back up and upstairs. Can you see what's mining? Ethermine. So that's probably mining Ethereum at the time. That's the Gigabyte 1070 rig. And this one was, I'm going to guess this is probably March, February, somewhere in there. I'm scrolling through my phone here to find it quick, just to see what the time frame was. That was still January of 21. So this is the start of when things start going crazy. Next one is just a short video. I won't play that, but and then here values keep growing up. This is when I officially became a whole coiner. Just past it, I should say. And some Ethereum. I wish I would have been able to time the market and sell at the peak, boy, because my portfolio was growing and growing and growing. But yeah, I keep on screenshotting this on the way up. The whole portfolio hit 6 figures for the first time. Freaking amazing. Wish it was still worth that, and I wish I had. Still actually have about that much Ethereum. I do have more Bitcoin. I never sold any Monero either. I still had the Firo. I still had that amount of Beam, but it's not worth it anywhere near that. Same thing with Firo. Monero is about $100 less. Ethereum is fairly close in price. We all know where Bitcoin's at. And for some reason I took a picture of my Trezor wallet. whatever. Don't know why, but it was there, so I put it in here. And the Phoenix miner, trying to mine Ethereum. This is probably on my Gigabyte 1070 rig, I think. So I guess I was doing core offset at minus 400, and whatever. I don't even know. Just some goofy things I was trying. Different screenshots of here. Values keep. Oh, this is the screenshots too of Ethermine. This was, I think, May of 21. This is like the peak when Ethereum hit its highs. Yeah, this is May 8th of 2021. It's a screenshot. Just I couldn't believe how much the rigs were pacing to make. You can see it was pacing to make $3,100 on a monthly basis. And then that address mined 10 Ethereum, just the value of it. It's nuts. The good old days, ain't? And then the next one is other rigs. I don't remember which one's which, but I know I had a couple of rigs just going straight to Ether from to my Ethereum wallet, and another one, a couple of rigs going right to Coinbase. I'm not sure which one of these last two screenshots are what, but this is also or this could be the same one because it's May 10th. It was a couple days later, so it could be just the pace being increased. Screenshot. This is I had the 1660 Ti's. I know was the Gigabyte ones were one of these rigs. I know for sure. I do not recall what the other one was, but you can see 450 mega hash maybe. Oh, both my 1660 Ti rigs. There you go. Screenshots are right there. And 230, 233, 219, whatever it is. So 450-ish mega hash. Projected to make $866 a week. Man, those were awesome times, weren't they? That was May 11th. Was that screenshot? The next one is more Ethereum glory days. 2 rigs here, 400 some mega hash, estimated about $3,300 a month. Missed those days. 3 rigs. I think these are the ones. Yeah, this is the one that's going to my regular wallet. The other one, the previous one, this is the Coinbase, and this one is wallet. I had 3 rigs on that, 700 some mega hash. So you can see at the time there I had 754 something, so 1.1 giga hash, and then another 400 and some, so about 1.5 giga hash on Ethereum back in 21. And then short little video. This is, not sure what rigs I had on there. Another video of it, the Ethermine, or not Ethermine, nice hash, and just the incredible pace of income it was making was nuts. Also, these are pictures of my Antminer S9s. I did unload these October of 21. That's when these screenshots are from. I sold them on Facebook Marketplace. Each of them only had 2 working hash boards. One of the hash boards was broke, and I sold both of them to the same person for like $450 some, which was insane for those devices. I bought them used for $150 maybe, somewhere in there. This is when I started accumulating, because late 21 is when I started adding the 30 series cards. This is when I got my first 2 3070 Ti's. Should have did more research as far as figuring out what the best 30 series cards to buy were, because for some reason I started with 3070 Ti's. Looking back, I wish I would have started with 3070s and maybe even never bought these 3070 Ti's, but the whole Gigabyte rig of 1070s I ended up replacing with 3070 Ti's. These were the first 2. I just gradually bought them and was paying stupid prices for them like an idiot. But in 21, I didn't overpay for some stuff because I did need the tax write-offs. So just excuse me a second. I'm going to get a drink here quick. Alrighty. Let's see, next picture. That's the peak of my portfolio value, 1.27 Bitcoin, 15 Ethereum. I did end up getting more Ethereum than that, but not at that price level. That's when I had about 3,000 flux. I haven't mined it for a while. That was at $1.61. All that stuff. Man, I wish it was still values were that high. And then here's my dumbass looking at helium miners on eBay for $1,000. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Insane. Screenshot of, I believe, this is the mixed 1070 and 3070 Ti rig. It's just running 5 cards just for power. because I did have that on a 120 outlet in the basement. So that one was mining flux at the time. Pretty sure it was flux. Oh, yeah, I think it was flux because I think it was mini Z. I think that's the hatch rate for there. Different flux transactions. This is, and I started accumulating the first 3060 Ti. I got 3070 founders down there and started replacing some of these 1070s. This was like a mishmash of random 1070s that I got off eBay. Like I said, I bought them used. I did have a couple, I did buy two 85,000s. I forget what website I bought them from, but I did get them at regular MSRP. And then I ended up selling them just because they were a royal pain to keep cool. Things got hot, and at the time I didn't have any octominers, and that's pretty much right around when I ordered my first octominer too. I think it was December of 21. We'll see those pictures here shortly. Yeah, another screenshot of the A5000s running 100 mega hash on ETH. Another one, I think I powered them, lowered the power limits or something, I'm not even sure, but. And here's this rig all full of 1070 or 3070s, or 3070 Ti's, I should say. Probably back up to heat the first floor. First octominer, this one, when they did a minimum MOQ of 1, I bought this. This picture was taken in January 12th of 22. I started off by putting 4 3070 founders in there. Got this shelf then to get better organization. Let's see what's up here. Oh yeah, I think I only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in that rig there. 3060 Ti founders, 3060 Ti founders, 3060, 3060. That's a 3070 maybe. You can tell by the color. The 60 Ti's are the silvers. The darker gray ones that are 3070s. Gigabyte 1660 Ti's. And there's the octominer with the cards in here. This is my 2070 rig. That is currently upstairs in my office right now. Those cards are now replaced with 3070s or 3060 Ti's, one of the two. Those are the 5700s. 3080s were down here is when I started getting them. You can see I'm maxed out on power on that 130 amp. And first screenshot when my dumbass bought the helium miner. I guess first couple of rewards. It wasn't crap then. It's even worse now. A whole big stack of founders. Oh, and a Captain Morgan Orange Vanilla Twist. I love that stuff. I wish they still made it and it wasn't seasonal. The cherry vanilla is pretty good, but I really like that orange vanilla. But anyway, back to the crypto stuff. But here you can see all the different 5700 XTs, 3070 Ti's. These are all the 1660 Ti boxes, 1070 boxes, 1660 EVGA boxes, all the motherboards, a couple of Asus B250 mining experts. I had a bunch of those, all the power supplies, puns, the Celeron processors, just a bunch of crap just stacked up there. Which I'm currently in the process of kind of getting that stuff organized into what used to be the mining room in the basement. Majority of this stuff is still upstairs, but there's a whole bunch of different stuff going on, and that's not really a top priority. Different overclock settings for 5700s that I was messing around with. Oh, and here's a video I shot in March of 22. This was going to be originally Rescue's Crypto Cave. I have it muted. Let's see if I can pick up the volume. Yeah, it won't let me mute it, but that's basically, this is the mining room that I had in the basement. And I'm going through talking about what's in there and all that stuff. But I did switch out the pre-hung door to a custom job just because it wasn't sealing as well. Like, I'm talking about the octominers and what's in there. I think there's 3070s and 1070 mixes in there. Talking about that. And then waiting for it to move so I could, there we go. And it's back. This is the 12 card rig. I believe it is full now. Yeah, that's 8 3070 founders and I believe 4 3060 Ti founders are what's in there right now. Or not right now, but as the at the time of recording this video. And then that one is the Gigabyte 1660 Ti's. The ones below that one are going to be the Sapphire Pulses, 5700 XTs. I still have those cards. They're just stacked up, getting ready to box to be sold. That is a AAA wave type frame with 6, 10, or 3080 founders. I put them in a 12 card rig and spaced them out because if you have them too close together, the 3080 founders would just exhaust into one another and just overheat and cook. That's where the 2070 rig was, which ran out of power, so I had to move it up and put it in the office. And then, like I said, first Octominer, talking about the exhaust setup, which is just two 8-inch inline AC Infinity exhaust fans. Those things have been bulletproof. Those things are so freaking reliable. They've been on pretty much full bore in that basement for the longest time. That was my intake solution, a 14 by 30 filter with the window open. Hey, it worked for the time being, but as the power level got super high, and or to maxing that like 30 amp outlet out, it didn't work so well. So I had to figure out a different solution, and which I did talk about in this little clip I did. So I'm not sure if you're hearing the video or not. I'm gonna have to listen to it when I get back through, but it shows that it's muted. So, but basically, what my original game plan was, in that little room, I was going to build a wall, essentially behind the shelf, and actually here I'm talking about, I was going to have two 10-inch AC Infinity shutter fans that I took the window out and made a custom frame around that window and boxed it in to have the shutter fans act as intake fans, blowing cool air in. And then what I was going to do, I was going to build a wall behind the rigs, use the same material, that's I think it's 1-inch foam insulation board. I was going to make the wall out of that with some basic framework of 2x4s, but nothing up to code or anything like that, or anything, maybe just a couple vertical studs just for some slight reinforcement. But I was going to do a wall behind there and basically make a hot aisle, cold aisle, but that never came, as you can see, because now I'm out in the shed. But this is like March of 22, I believe, is when I did this, because I thought about doing the channel then, and I was going to do it, and just shot that first video, and that was it. Then I got into messing around. I'll go to the next screenshot from one of my first flux nodes, getting that up and running. I think this was on, this was on the VM on trying to think where I had that hosted. I can't remember where I had the first one. I had a couple, 2 or 3 Cumulus nodes hosted with somebody, and you can see this is the Flux Node 2, so that's my second one. I can't remember the provider, to be honest with you, because now I only have one. I have an Nimbus node, and that is with Host Nodes Online. Screenshot my 5700, mining Ethereum. Box wall again. As you can see, it keeps growing and growing and growing. The 3070 Ti rig again. For some reason, I took a lot of pictures of that rig, or the 1070 rig that's in the same spot. And this is actually when I started getting my other, because I did order 5 Octominers in, I believe it was April of 22. I got 5 of them. I did pay with Bitcoin at the time, because that's about the only Bitcoin I've ever spent since I've been mining into crypto. I think Bitcoin was around 45,000 or so, and I think I paid a little bit over 0.1 Bitcoin for everything, for all the Octominers that I have now. So this is the first one, starting to build that, put that together. No idea what the hell that is. I screenshot the Raspberry Pi running the Cumulus node. Basement 3070 Ti rig. It's crusty as hell. But this is that one of those Wemo devices. So that's the little device that monitors the power. So I had that thing set up that it emails me a report. I have the weekly reports emailed to me. I really should switch it to monthly, because I only really need the monthly one. But basically each report has 45 days of history in it that'll show me the exact power usage from that outlet, from whatever's plugged in there. So the only thing that's really plugged in there is the rig and the what the hell is that thing called? Power or ETH. Damn, I can't think what the hell they're called. But the network, power network adapter things to get Ethernet over the power lines. This one is 5900 rig. That is, when did I start building them things? I want to say Black Friday. Yeah, November 27th of 22. I bought two of them. I bought two 5900Xs, two Asus Prime B550s, and basically built two 5900X CPU mining rigs. The next one's a funny one. This is an email from Santana Energy Services, basically telling me I use too much power, and they dropped me. They basically dropped me before I even got started. So I switched back over to Inspire, which is with the current contract I am now. So you can see that was around November, so I'm guessing November this year is when that unlimited power plan of mine is going to reset, and they're going to get me with a new fee, which I'm not looking forward to. Another screenshotting of Pandas. Just going to use overclocks for the 30 series rigs for Flex. I also have I bought the Ivy Link BMK3. That was purchased in December of 20, and it looks like I have a screenshot on my phone that I guess I don't have in here from January 4th of 23. Probably when I came in and got her up and turned on and hashing 19.5 coins per day. Yeah, that was at full power mode. Right now it's making 6 coins at 58 terahash on low power mode. These are my 2080 Ti's cranking away on flux, which during the winter was fine. They didn't really overheat, but come summertime, as the temps start getting up, they did not like it because they all need to get repatted and repasted, which I really don't feel like doing. So I kind of let those bad boys go. This is the 1660 Ti rig that's in my garage. Actually, I just threw a random 3080 on there. Those were also on flux at the time. That's in February of this past year. These are the 8 EVGA 3070 XCs, non-LHR cards that I bought off eBay from the same seller for $2,400, I believe it was. Yeah, it was back in February 19th is when this picture was taken. So right now, those guys are currently mining Neoxa, solo mining Neoxa too, and that's still going very well. I think I hit like 2 or 3 blocks today already, 2 or 3 yesterday. It's been going well. Did have a little bit of a dry spell, but there's some blocks that I'm in a single-digit percentage. One's 0.6%, but it's overall still doing very, very well. S19J Pro 104 first plugged in, and ends with the shed. So that's basically when the shed was kind of first delivered before it was all installed. But if you watch any of my videos, you can kind of see all the fans and all that type of stuff. I should have put a more complete picture at the end here too, but for whatever reason I did not. But it is what it is. I'm not going through and re-recording all of this over again, because it's been going 33 minutes already, so this will be the longest video I've ever done so far. But you've reached the end, so now what you're probably doing is waiting to see, well, what about this Kaspa giveaway? How do I get this? What do I do? Do I have to enter? Do I have to like something? Do I have to subscribe something? Basically, if you've noticed throughout the whole video, I've been popping some words up every now and then, and a little hint, there was 12 of them. So most of you know what 12 words in a consecutive order will do. It's going to unlock a wallet. So in the wallet, it's going to unlock. Let me log in. Let's see. I don't need to create a new wallet. I just need to log into a wallet. Dang it. Okay. Well, I was going to take a log into the wallet on this computer here, but I need to recover it from the seed, which I'm not going to do on camera right now, so because I want somebody to do that and somebody to do it. So basically, what you have to do is, if you weren't paying attention and didn't write down those words, go back and watch through the whole thing. They're going to be spaced out randomly. Some of them might be back to back. Some of them might be spread apart for a few minutes. but you'll have to watch them, and they're not going to be numbered, so you have to make sure you watch the whole video and get them in order. And obviously the first person to do it and recover their wallet will do it. So basically you would just go to, and pull this website over. Just go to wallet.kaspanet.io, click recover from seed, and put them in order here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and click recover wallet. And there will be 500 Kaspa in there waiting for you. I can guarantee you that's going to be the, I'll make that the, what's it called? Thumbnail of the video. Picture of the wallet with the 500 Kaspa in there waiting for somebody to claim it. So, if you made it this far, thanks everybody for watching. Good luck with being the first one to recover the wallet. And enjoy the Kaspa. Hopefully it turns into a lot more than the 20 bucks or so that it's worth right now. But only time will tell. Bull run should be good, so hopefully everything works out. Alrighty, thanks again. We'll catch you later. The dogs are going to start barking because it's thundering and raining out. Alright, catch you guys later.